Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy, Triple D-O-A-G-H, and we are in the building. Now, for the next 2 weeks, I get the joy of covering Final Fight Double Impact. Now, before I can get into everything that's Final Fight, I have to get into everything that is Final Fight Double Impact's complimentary game, Magic Sword. Now, Magic Sword, it's a real cool game. It has a mix of a lot of different elements from different genres, and we'll get into that later. But I got history lesson, but this time it ain't really as, the fun facts aren't really as, fun facts, because there really isn't a lot that Magic Sword did after it came out. But I'll give you what I got though. Now, day one, Magic Sword is the 11th game on Capcom CPS-1. Now, the CPS-1 is Capcom's proprietary system that housed all their games until the final game, which was, the CPS2 final game was, let me see. Oh, Battle Circuit. I always gotta find a way to fit Battle Circuit into a conversation. Hey, y'all gotta love me for that. Now, the other things you may want to know is that the characters in Magic Sword make an appearance in another Capcom game called Adventure Quiz Capcom World 2. It's in their line of quiz games. It's in that same line of games that Saki comes from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and the game she came from was Quiz Rainbow Dreams. It's what it is. See, now you've learned something. The other thing that you may want to know is that the version I'm taking a look at here may not be the version that we get when Double Impact come out, because this is the rest of the world version. Because it's pretty much the Japanese version with English text in it. And the only difference between the Japanese version and the English version was that when you did a magic attack in the American version, it was a lightning bolt. And in the Japanese and in the overseas version, it was a pentagram. And when that showed up when your magic attack happened. You can kind of understand why that probably was what it was. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, to segue real quickly before we continue, is we finna get into what story is. Now, because this game is real cut and dry as far as story, and then on top of that, you really don't get a lot. Like the Super Nintendo version, answered some questions, but it didn't really do enough to, be like, well, it didn't answer any questions about the arcade game that could have actually been used for historical purposes. And, by the way, yes, there was a Super Nintendo version of this game, and there were a lot of Capcom early CPS-1 games, but it was only one player. So, it is what it is. And this is a game that ultimately lends itself to one player because, as you'll learn about the story, only one person matters. So, let's go ahead and let's get into the story. Now, story, real cut and dry and simple. The player one character, dude named the Brave One. The Brave One's destiny is supposedly to save the world from evil whenever it shows up. There's this guy named Drakmar. He's the evil that shows up. And he has this thing called the Black Orb, which is the essence of all evil. If Drakmar is able to release this orb of ultimate evil, humanity's in trouble. So, the king, as we're seeing now, gives the Brave One the challenge. Him and his homeboys, like, man, we gotta go ride on this fool. Pretty much is what's going on. They like, we finna form this gang, and we gonna get these Uzis, and we about to go shoot this fool up. No, there are no guns in the game, and I was trying to make a satirical joke, so excuse me. Okay? Cool. Now, the gameplay is real cool because it's a real amalgamation of a lot of different stuff, and you mainly see the RPG element as when you beat bosses, and as you've been taking a look this whole time at the different allies you can take. Now, every ally is different and strong in their own way, and what I would suggest that you do is rewatch this up until the point to where we start playing the game, and then just read what the different stuff has to say. I try to, when I get the video, to try to put like little indentations in the more info box so you guys can take a look at that information. So, I think that's about it. Let me see. Story, history lesson, RPG combined with a beat 'em up. Okay, I can play the game now. We put a couple quarters in the machine. Give me a second. Put 9 tokens in the machine, baby, just like throwback. Now, here's the game. And there's the brave one. Raping face. Oh, yeah. Brave one about to rape some face. Yeah. Now, if you take a look at the bottom, that little glowing bar right there, that's your power meter. If you guys have ever played a game called Stanix on the Nintendo Arcade, I suggest you go play the Nintendo version. The story is so kick-ass. I suggest you go do that. It's like it controls how strong the Brave One's magic attack is. So you always just want to if you in a tight spot, just go back and level up. Now, the other thing this game is known for is the role choices you make. Is that there are a lot of doors that you will come across, a lot of things you'll see, but not everything is things you're supposed to be dealing with. Because not all doors have allies in them, not all treasure chests you need to be opening. So, your first time through, you probably going to do what I did when I played the game, when I first played the game on Capcom Castle Legends 2. I opened every chest, was getting blown up, I opened all the doors, and I was releasing my enemies, and they were stabbing me in the butt. It was crazy, but, we made it work. It's like, as far as the RPG elements go, and I'll quickly step back into that, is that your allies level up the more time they spend with the main character. So, in that, is that the only other way you can level up your characters is by picking up a blue apple. So, it's like all the characters, they level up at the same time, but not at the same time. And what I mean by that is while everybody gets experience at the same time, but everybody doesn't level up at the same time is what I mean to say. So it throws a little wrinkle into the gameplay a little bit because of that one little special fact. So when it comes to picking your allies, I kind of see it, and I can kind of explain it to you like this. Is that your first time through, experiment. See what you like and what you don't like. Me personally, because I want to score points, I prefer the Thief because he helps my random nature by not opening every chest I see. Because if you take a look and go back, it's like the Thief power as he levels up is that he shows you chests that are trapped. He shows you where hidden chests are and where traps are, and if you open a chest, whether it'll blow up or not. So that's pretty much Magic Sword in a nutshell. Is that if I have to give it a score, I have to give it an 8. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best game in the world, but it's real cool. It's playable. It's 2 players, and that's always good, especially back in the day. Oh God! See, there it was. I forgot. I've been talking this whole time. I forgot to show y'all. Pentagram. I like to call it Pentagram no Jutsu. So it's cool. But like I said, when Double Impact come out, if you guys haven't discovered Magic Sword, you will now, and you'll be good for the experience. So, can I get another? Ooh man, here we go. Pentagram no Jutsu, baby. But like I say, yeah, you know who it is, man. It's your boy Triple. We are in the building tomorrow, and for the next week or whenever I get finished with my grand special little plan I got to do this stuff, that's when I'll be done. So you'll be seeing Final Fight related stuff for the next couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying, until I get it done. So other than that, really quickly, I want to shout out my boy the Switcher. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, the funny guy on YouTube. Yeah, I know him, kind of, sort of. He's the reason why I get to play Magic Sword. So shout out to my boy, man. We gonna get that done for the gas, man. So I got my stuff written. So if you watching this, I'm ready to go. So we can go ahead and get taken that care of once and for all. But like I said again, man, it's your boy Mr.com, man. We are in the building. Like I say, next 2 weeks, Final Fight all day and some other stuff that I'm gonna take care of. So you know what it is, man. It's your boy Triple. Holla back.